Welcome back, and thank you for joining me. It's been a while since my last drawing video. I had to take down my recording setup to do some repairs in my workshop, and I've just gotten things up and running again this week. I hope you've been enjoying the songs I've been posting in the meantime. It seems like most of you have liked them, which makes me very happy, because I've loved writing songs since I was in 8th grade, and my friend Heath Allen and I formed a band called Aha. We thought ourselves rather clever for that. Unfortunately, a Norwegian band with a similar name stole all of our limelight. Though, as far as I could tell, their name had nothing whatsoever to do with their initials, so points to us at least in that regard. In any case, Heath went on to become a genuine rock star musical genius, and I went in a different direction. Still, it is fun to putter around on the computer sometimes and see if I can make pretty sounds come out. So, I have my microphone bolted to the side of my desk again, and thanks to the generous donation of a couple of hairbands from my wife, the super professional vibration dampening ring mount gadget to hold the microphone is back in working order. So I can kick the desk all I want, and you will all be none the wiser. I hope to be posting these process videos on a more regular basis now, since I bought a day planner, and I can write things down in it like make a video and post a video. Probably not both on the same day. I'm not quite that ready to be a YouTube sensation. But the day planner has been working out rather well so far, and I think I like it. I never had a day planner before, you see. This isn't to say that I never made plans before. You have to make some kind of plans or you'll never get anything done at all. It's just that I always kept my plans to weekly and monthly schedules. I need to have the next episode of Delve penciled by Tuesday, that sort of thing. Planning things down to the hour, well, that would be rather presumptuous, don't you think? I mean, who can truly say what tomorrow will bring? What eventualities may befall us in the ever-flowing course of time? Planning what I will be doing at 2 p.m. next Thursday. What arrogance. But I've been butting my head against a wall of late. It isn't exactly burnout. Or maybe it is. I'm certainly no brain doctor. It just felt like more of a dead end. It was one of those places in life where it felt as if I was making no more progress. My life felt stagnant and still, as if I was waiting for a revelation, a breakthrough. At times like this in the past, I was able to meditate and pray a bit, and eventually the answer would come to me in one of those annoying, the key to the door was in your heart all along kind of realizations. But things haven't been working that way in recent years. It feels as though something has profoundly changed in the nature of the world. Some magic spark that once flickered in the shadows has slipped away, and now we must feel our way through the dark. Or maybe it's just me. Perhaps it is a season of life that I have entered, and I find myself in an unfamiliar land with no map to guide me. The tutorial zone lays behind me, and it's all PvP free-for-all from here to the end game. Delightful. And so I did what I always do. I studied and read, trying to find the cheat code that would help me pass this trial. And trial I consider it to be, for even though bad things sometimes come to pass for no discernible reason, it's more fun to think of it as a game to be beaten. So I kept searching for the answer. And then, one day, I had a breakthrough. I had gone down a bit of a rabbit hole listening to videos about Jungian psychology while I worked. The whole collective subconscious idea has always appealed to me, as it would seem to help explain how ideas and visions come to me when I am in a state of artistic flow. But I must admit my knowledge of Jung beyond that was limited to, he's the guy who wrote about archetypes and stuff. Thus, I found it very interesting to learn more about his life and his own struggles with mental illness and how that shaped his ideas of human consciousness. Quite a few people have clung on to his idea of integrating your shadow. More so, I imagine, as an excuse to be edgy and rude to others in some backhanded effort at self-improvement. But there is something to that, recognizing the darker parts of your own character. The parts that society has raised you to suppress and deny. If you bury those things deep inside you and imagine yourself to be a very upright and noble person, it can bubble up again in some very nasty ways. It is better to recognize it for what it is and realize that those emotions can serve a purpose, if integrated carefully into your personality. But while listening to one of those videos, I'll try to remember to link it below, a rather clever Irishman suggested that integrating the shadow was different for creative people. We don't really need to get in touch with our darker urges, dress all in black and pretend to be vampires and werewolves. That's an average Wednesday for most of us. What we need to get in touch with is the side of ourselves that we have truly repressed, a thing which frightens even us, the children of the night. We need to get in touch with the person inside us who carries around a day planner. The person who keeps a budget and counts calories and never misses a workout. The person who knows exactly what they will be doing at 2 p.m. next Thursday. Well, if you haven't already clicked away in fear, please hear me out. It's actually kind of fun. I imagine my shadow self to be one of those anime characters with a clipboard who's always pushing his glasses up as he delivers some kind of report in a completely deadpan voice, while all the other characters in the room gasp, "Nanda?" So, I have a day planner now. And to answer the question, next Thursday at 2 p.m., I will be working on a piece of pinup art. Nani? There we have it. Shadow integrated. Well, that wasn't so hard. And speaking of pinup art, here's Bree now. I hope you enjoyed watching me work while I rambled on about my rather terrible misunderstanding of Jungian psychology. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.